Good morning, good evening, or wherever you're at. This is your boy DJ's Raw and Cut Truth and give you that raw content that you deservedly need. We're gonna talk about the NBA today. I like to switch it up. I don't just want to talk about the Ball family 24/7. I like to keep it fresh. I like to talk about things new, and this tells me the real ones who support my channel. And I thank you. I see Prime Time. I'm not surprised. Prime Time, you're one of the few people that check out all of my content. And salute to you. So you got KD winning, you got Brooklyn winning the NBA Finals. You said Brooklyn win with KD. That could happen. Um, yeah, I grew up a Laker fan. I'm Lakered out, of course, but I got to be real with y'all. Um, KD and the Brooklyn Nets are really good. They're really good. Their bench is deep. I mean, I'm not going to go off the last preseason game because the starting lineup could look different. When they had that lineup with Spencer Dinwiddie starting and Joe Harris, that's instant offense and shooters. And then on the bench, you got Torian Prince, who's a versatile wing who could guard multiple positions. You got Jeff Green, who is a veteran and knows his role. Actually played very solid for the Rockets last year. You got Tyler Johnson coming off the bench. You got Karis LeVert. He's sometimes a starter and sometimes a bench player. He had 18 points in 21 minutes. I know it's preseason, but the brother can score. And then you got Landry Shamet off the bench. And I didn't even get to Jared Allen, who should be starting. Zozo, yeah, you're right. Torian Prince is Crowder like instant production, knows his role, can shoot the open three. Torian Prince is one of those forwards who are meant for today's basketball. You plug them in and go at it. And I wish the Pelicans would have had a Torian Prince. Can you imagine if the Pelicans had a Torian Prince coming off the bench for BI? So BI doesn't have to guard those big old small forwards all the time. This team is deep. And they got a rookie named Reggie Perry from Mississippi State. He's 20 years old, 6'10, 250, solid. Man, this team, I'm trying to look for a weakness. People are saying defense, but I think that will take time. They clearly have the defensive athletes. Uh, Zozo says you predicting the Clippers or Philadelphia will win it. All right. Oh, also for the Clippers, do not fall for the media and everything. I think they're going to be a lot better than what people are saying. I know they've been getting a lot of negative media, and I could easily be laughing at the Clippers as a Laker fan, but I'm not going to do. I'm going to use common sense. I'm going to wait and see how their team looks. Because one thing I know about the NBA, if a team is too cocky, the league will humble you. We got humble 803 in the building. He says Lakers, Lakers all day, no doubt. Zozo said Landry, my boy. I like his game. I like Landry Shamet's game, and that's instant offense for Brooklyn. I'm telling you, most Laker fans I've talked to are not sleeping on Brooklyn. We know how talented they are. Uh, we know the depth they have. We know it, man. It any rightful fan who watches basketball knows that the Brooklyn Nets are nothing to play with. Humble 803 says, salute, bro. Appreciate your channel, by the way. Thank you, man. Shout out to Laker Nation. The real Laker Nation in the house. The ones who suffered through those bad years. Humble 803. Remember those years when the Lakers had Robert Sacre started, and this is when Kobe was injured with the Achilles injury. For all the Laker fans who stuck through those years, man, our loyalty would never be questioned at all. Raven Kingdom says, DJ, with the clutch video before the NFL games again. Oh, absolutely. I got to give y'all the raw and cut truth that you deservedly need, man. Got to give it to y'all. Baby Ghost says reports are out. Brooklyn will acquire Harden. I don't like that. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not saying it because I made a video a while back of James Harden being disrespectful to his black coach. That's not the point. Um, the Brooklyn Nets, and tell me if I'm wrong, the Brooklyn Nets already have depth and a lot of people on their roster. If I'm Kevin Durant, I do not do that move. Wouldn't you rather win a championship with the players you have already? Because if they bring in James Harden, it's going to be the same thing like when KD was with the Warriors, stacking the deck. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. So KD and Kyrie better be thinking clearly. They better think clearly because if you stack the deck to try to beat the Lakers, no one's going to respect them. Let's say the Brooklyn Nets acquire James Harden and stack the deck and beat the Lakers. That's not going to make LeBron look bad. They're going to be like, look, man, that team stacked the deck. I remember when LeBron was playing and the Cavs were playing the KD Warriors. I didn't make fun of LeBron losing to them. I'm like, who's going to beat that team? That team is the greatest. I'm talking about analytically, the greatest, most talented team of all time. That's just my opinion. When you got 4 All-Stars, I mean, how do you beat that team? So I definitely don't want James Harden playing on the Brooklyn Nets. I want KD to win with that team he has right there. I don't respect stacking the deck. I just don't respect that, man. I'm old school with it. Ray King said, yes, sir. Man, I love this NBA chat this morning. But yeah, get those likes up, man, so I can stay here a little longer. Now, I'm gonna be off when the NFL games start at 10 Pacific time. Zozo said, my Bulls, man, shaking my head. I just don't know. Prayer for the Bulls. Zozo says, I really like Ty Lue for the Clippers. I think he'll be good for the Clippers. Again, I'm not trying to fall for the media. You know how the media is. I want to see how the Clippers look before I judge how they are. And I'm not judging preseason. I know the Clippers, when they play the Lakers for some reason, they treat that like it's the finals every regular season. The Lakers are the Clippers finals every regular season game. So I'm not going to be one of these shines that go out here and just diss the Clippers. I got to see how they look in the regular season. But I tell you one thing, Kawhi got to play more. All that low manager bull crap. Now you could do it on the weak teams, but when you play a back-to-back against good teams in the West, they better not do it, or their team won't grow. And I like Kawhi as a person because Kawhi is like me. I know a lot of people see me talking on social media in here, but my true identity, my true personality is really an introvert. I read books. I may play some fantasy football. I'm just a chill person. That's who Kawhi is. And I can relate to that. Humble 803 says, heck yeah. Ryan Kelly, Xavier Henry. Oh, I remember that lineup. Wesley Johnson, Jordan Hill days. Bro, I stuck with those days, man. That was horror. That was horror, man. And I just wish that the Lakers would have built around Kobe. I know that The NBA screwed the Lakers again that Chris Paul trade. That's when it all went down. When the NBA came through and vetoed that trade to get Chris Paul, prime Chris Paul at the time, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a bad deal. So it says facts. Winning with Harden does nothing for them. That's what I'm saying. If they stack the deck, you're not going to get respect from the league. And it doesn't fit. Look at the chemistry the Nets have right now. Allow KD and Kyrie to do their thing, and the role players fit their role. You put James Harden there, that's not a fit. That team will either self-destruct or James Harden ball hog, or if they win, they won't get the credit. And I'm saying right now, KD, what would you rather do, KD? Win a championship with James Harden and Kyrie on the team, stacking the deck and not getting the credit, or let's say the Nets lose this year, right, to the Lakers, but they go back the next year, the year after that, I mean, and focus on their team and get better and win the following year. That's a lot better than stacking the deck, win 3 straight. You're not going to get that credit. Sometimes I forget KD was part of that Warriors team. I was like, oh yeah, he was on that Warriors team. I'm just keeping it real, and I like KD, but I just know how the media is, and I know how NBA fans are. Humble 803 says, sure don't miss those days, but damn, those days we used to think we could go to the playoffs with those bad rosters we had. Oh man, we were so delusional, brother. I gotta admit, I was a delusional Laker fan. Like no matter how bad the roster was, I was like, man, we can still make the playoffs. But that's when you know you bleed purple and gold, man. That's what real fans are. No matter how bad something is, um, we still have faith, man. I remember when Lonzo was drafted with the poorly roster they had and the horrible coach at Luke Walton, we were still screaming, we can make the playoffs, not knowing that the roster was shit. The realest in the house, the realest L. Shout out to the realest L. Says I don't want to hear that LeBron was trying to get Giannis. I would have said the same thing if LeBron did that for Giannis. I didn't want Giannis with the Lakers. I only wanted Giannis with the Lakers if LeBron retires or something else. I don't like stacking the deck. So I keep the same energy. Everyone who follows my channel knows that I keep the same energy. Sonia Foreman says Harden is a ball hog for sure. Oh yeah, he is a ball hog, man. Baby Ghost says a 3-team deal is underway. I agree. Brooklyn already loaded. They don't need Harden. I'm saying they don't really need James Harden. And this message goes out to any NBA team. So if the Lakers would have got Giannis, which is not happening now, I would have said the same thing. I don't like stacking the deck. And if anyone uses the 96 Bulls as stacking the deck, that's not true. Dennis Rodman was a superstar role player, but he wasn't a superstar. And a lot of teams didn't want Dennis Rodman because he was causing trouble. If you look at uh, the Last Stand documentary by Michael Jordan, it will tell you that. Uh, Dennis Rodman's stint with the San Antonio Spurs was so bad, he scared teams away. So the Bulls got him for cheap. They got him real easy. So it's not the Bulls for everyone being emotional. See, if I was a GM, let's say I was a GM in '95, right? Dennis Rodman, causing trouble in the San Antonio Spurs, and I'm trying to win now. I'll tell Dennis, hey, you can do whatever you want. You could go party, but as long as you make it to practice, as long as you're in shape, you can do what you want. See, that's the difference between others and Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman could party all night, but he'll outrun and out jump anybody and out hustle anybody. Yeah, don't go out there partying if he ain't got that dog in you. Blue Bolt says if this happens, I don't want to hear about KD being on LeBron's level. It will be a bad look if KD does that move, and I'm tired of hearing about LeBron James and I hate that whataboutism that people use. What about LeBron? Man, I got on LeBron when they did the Heat, so I kept the same energy. But when he won with Cleveland, you gave him props. When he won with the Lakers, I gave him props. If LeBron would have done the same thing and put Giannis with the Lakers with AD, trust me, I would have been talking my shit. So I keep that same energy. Gorilla says Houston took Golden State to 7 games. Yeah, that was remarkable. Humble 803 says I heard the Rockets said they want Kyrie for exchange for Harden. Yeah, that's only. I don't blame the Rockets. You got True the King in the house, man. Salute to you, my brother. You there, True the King?
Yeah, I hear you now. Look,
Yeah, we talking about this
bro,
NBA, man.
DJ.
Good. Salute to you, my brother, man. Who you got winning the title? Your prediction?
Oh man. Unfortunately, I gotta say Lakers, man. I mean, being be the boss, be the boss of Phil. I gotta keep it real though, man. I gotta keep it real. I like how they do things over there. As a team, the coach over there. I mean, I would just think they got delivered. You know what I mean? They know they role.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's the definition of how to win. They doing it the right, like they doing that. You know what I mean? So I got the
Exactly,
Lakers right
man.
now. You know what I mean? They got one championship yet last year, and they gotten better. So got two of the best, two, my opinion, two best players in the world, LeBron and AD. I mean, hey,
Yeah, exactly, man. And as a Laker fan and you a Celtic fan, of course, I would love to see Lakers Celtics in the finals, man. But man, this Brooklyn team, I'm looking at their roster, and I know you see their roster. They're deep, man. I don't think
yeah, they
people
definitely is
slept
deep.
on this team, man.
Yeah, they definitely deep. Only thing they for need to worry about is them how good they can be defensively and
Right?
just chemistries and what are their consistent roles going to be. You know what I mean? Because the offense, I mean, they have a freelance type of offense. That's and which okay, I think that's going to work. But at the same time, though, you do need certain type of roles. You know what I mean? That okay, if everything else fails, what can you know what I mean? If we ain't hitting our shots, what can you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they definitely is a. I mean, you got KD and Kyrie. I mean, and they already had a good. They already had was a good team regardless anyway. So you just add that. Only thing we'll really question, honestly, like is just really for them is just coaching because of lack of experience. We don't know how good Steve Kerr is as a coach. You know what I mean? It's his first year. I mean, he never really coached. I mean, he has a great mind of basketball, but I mean, doesn't mean he can be a great coach.
Exactly, man. Steve Nash out there. I saw him. I know it's preseason, but he was out there chilling. He had his hands in the
Yeah.
back of his head, just relaxing. I'm
It's
like, look at this.
preseason. Like it's pre. I mean, a lot of them coaches do that in preseason. You don't see a lot like
Yeah.
so, but we'll see. You know what I mean?
Uh, Baby Goat says, I don't think Brooklyn will make it to the finals. I like the 76ers out east. Well,
That's a
until
bad
Ben
take.
Simmons shoots threes, I don't know if they're able to do that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but the other thing about them is they have shooters though, so that's going to be. I mean, it will take the pressure off of Ben Simmons because they have a lot more shooters now, so it could. I mean, they Sixers. I think Sixers people. A lot of people sleep on. I hate to say it about that. I hate to say it about that. There's a lot of people sleep on Sixers, man.
Yeah, they look a lot better, man.
I
The
love
White
it.
coming
Yeah,
off the bench, that
yeah. They can match up with any
that is a
team.
wild
Really
card.
match up
White,
with
I
any.
saw him in the
Yeah,
last preseason game. They got depth, man. They got a lot of depth. Humble
yeah,
803 says, I hate to say this, DJ. I know can't stand the green team in Boston, but the Celtics may come out of the East. That may happen. You never know.
yeah. We gotta get some. We still got. I mean, we ain't there when we need to be. But like I said, it's a 7-2 game season. That thing about the Celtics is, I mean, I'm like it's gonna be hard for the Celtics though. It's always gonna be hard though. Always gonna be hard. But I mean, the Celtics got basically it's a grind for them of figuring out how can they do that. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be tough. The Bucks, the Brooklyn, and the Sixers. That's the only teams I can in Miami. The teams
Uh-huh.
that the only teams that can beat Boston in a 7-game series. So I mean, we got. I
So,
mean,
Shooter King, you know what and I want you to answer this because I know you may agree with me on this point. The Celtics are missing one thing. They have everything on their roster. They're missing one thing. They're missing a dominant center.
yeah. I mean, Trisha Thompson hurt. I mean, I don't even think it's that. I mean, people with Trisha Thompson, I want to see the lineup. I want to see the lineup when it's healthy. That's what I want to see first.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing problem with the Celtics right now, and it's been for like, well, it's really the offense, really though, right? As of right now, it's offense, and like not consistently, like not having consistent shooters on the team. So as of right now, so I mean, we can't be going like, I mean, we can't be having game where we're not hitting our threes. That's gonna
Yeah.
hurt. That hurts us a lot. So really, really is really like the offense. Really, you gotta get a more consistent, better offense. Your defense is there. That's the thing about the Soldiers. The defense is always going to be there. Like that shouldn't be nobody to worry about. Even when we had like size, we lack size. We still were the top five defense in the league. And I think
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson being there is gonna make it even better because he fits us very well. You don't got to run plays for him. He's a double machine. Um, and he can switch on the pick and roll. But as a center, ain't a lot of people can do that like what Tristan Thompson can do.
No, he's a
So
big piece for you guys. I was talking about, one of my subs was telling me that the Brooklyn Nets may acquire James Harden. I don't want that to happen. I don't want teams stacking the deck. I'm the same way with LeBron James. If the Lakers would have somehow got Giannis to the Lakers, I would have said the same thing. Uh, I don't want that to happen. The Brooklyn Nets, I want to see them win that way with a good roster, two dominant players, and just go all out. They got the
right.
talent to do it. Win it just like everybody else, like the Celtics, like the 76ers, and the great teams in that side of the conference. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't even that I'm not. I don't even really like, entertain that James Harden in Brooklyn because that's not going to happen. I mean, they made it known that they want Kyrie Irving in that deal. Like they made it known. And let's say if you do like I don't know. I just don't like it. Doesn't make sense for them to do that. Brooklyn to do that. But you'll lose defense and like you just lose your depth. You lose depth for basically for James Harden. Or you just got like say you got to get they want Kyrie Irving, so that's not going to happen. So it's like those are two bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
I
me,
agree.
it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So I don't know why people keep pushing this narrative. James Harden going to Brooklyn. It's not happening. Like you'll see James Harden on Boston before you see James Harden on Brooklyn.
Yeah, man, and yeah, I don't see it happening as well. I like the Brooklyn team. If I was KD and Kyrie, I'm like keep that team like it is. Keep it like
Yeah,
it is. Even if you don't win it this year, you have a window to win it.
right. He's like this still can win it. Like it doesn't like you don't want to be top heavy and then you don't have no role and no depth because that's what the Lakers got right now. Lakers is top heavy and they got depth. So
Yeah.
you want to match up with certain teams. You know what I mean? And like you said, other teams like the Sixers and all that stuff, and Bucks that got depth and hey, I mean Like so, it wouldn't that wouldn't make sense to me. I don't know why I keep people pushing that James Harden to Brooklyn. It's not happening.
No, it's not.
Not happening. We
Houston
don't
made
know.
it
We don't
clear.
know if she. Yeah,
What you said,
they
my
want
brother?
a lot. Yeah, they want a lot for James Harden. They made it clear like you want if you want James Harden, you gotta give up something. You can't ain't no we need something to return.
And Philadelphia made it clear that they're not trading Ben Simmons to the Rockets, which is smart. You don't trade the best defender, one of the best passers in the league, for James Harden, who's in his early 30s. Um, that style does not fit what Doc Rivers is trying to do.
Right. And I don't even think they even want Ben Simmons. I think they want like Embiid. Like either way, it's like they want a lot for James Harden. So it's not going to be like I don't see that happening. I mean, for if James Harden do get traded before his contract, like his 2 year whatever, it's going to be basically a desperate team. That team that's going to be desperate and they're going to trade for him. So we don't know who that team going to be. So I don't know.
I got to read this from the realest fam. You think LA Clippers will win Tuesday night? Here's my thing. I have the Lakers winning the first game, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Clippers win it for the first game. I'm gonna tell you why. For some reason, when the Clippers play the Lakers, it's their finals, even if it's regular season or first round playoff, no matter what. It's always their Super Bowl, their finals. They take it very seriously. So I don't really know. What you think, True the King?
Um, I may got Clippers may somehow getting that still that game somehow. I don't know. Clippers got a lot of things to worry about though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe well, matter of fact, I got Lakers. All the new Clipper news I be hearing. I don't know. Maybe it may be a little bit distracted. So I
Yeah.
may got Lakers win.
Like I have the Lakers winning, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Clippers steal that game. You know how it is. Clippers, Lakers,
Yeah.
man. Like
And
I would
It's Kawhi and Paul George. Like everybody want to talk about how whatever. It's still Kawhi and Paul George. Kawhi is
yeah,
still
they're
a
not
top five.
scrubs.
Kawhi is still a top five player in the league. Yes, he blew a 3-1 lead. Paul George is still one of the best players in the world. I mean, they one of the best duos in the NBA. You can't deny that. It's simple as that.
No
Ain't a
doubt.
lot ain't a lot of players you can say better than Kawhi Leonard, man. Not. They saying, oh,
And
people saying, oh, he done, man. His knees, no, man. You keep saying that. That's what I mean, and that's why I tell a lot of these Lakers fans and people listening, don't sleep on the Clippers. They still competitive. Don't sleep on them.
I was telling people in this chat, I said, do not sleep on the Clippers. I'm not falling for that media stuff. I know they got some stuff they're dealing with internally, but the Clippers, they still got Paul George, Kawhi, and I, I get it. A lot of people don't like Paul George, but still, the talent's still there, and their defense actually improved because Serge Ibaka is a better defender than Trez. Trez is a great offensive player. He can get you buckets, but that last game against Phoenix showed you why Trez is a defensive liability, and he won't
Yeah,
be getting minutes like that. He'll get minutes, but he won't be starting for a reason.
yeah, of course. I don't think he. I mean, his role I don't think he will ever be have the best Montrez. Like I don't think he will ever be like a starter. He'll be like a 6 man come off the bench because like his lack of defense. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I guess it's not that's evil. I don't know. Like he got all this energy. I don't know. I guess it's just like I don't know. He's foot speed, whatever. I don't know. It surprised me. If people be like, if people think, oh, that's one of like if people think he plays defense because he's a high energy guy and he hustles and all that stuff. But it's like that don't mean you can play defense though.
Yeah. Uh,
Like
ba- Baby Goat says KD is the best if healthy. I'll say this. Um, KD when healthy now because LeBron's a little older and you can see it. I know it's preseason, but you could tell LeBron is he's still strong and he's still LeBron, but he doesn't have like he's not like as quick as he was before. When KD's healthy, he could be the best because that shot, man, that shot is dangerous. That little
It's
pull
not
up
even
three
that.
he be doing,
His defense is
yeah,
very his defense for years been very underrated. You know, above average, elite level defense. People may be surprised when I say that. Like Durant is a great defender. I mean, he never made no all defensive team and all that. But still, he is a capable defender. Guard multiple positions. Underrated strength. I mean, you've seen him against the Celtics. He has three. He guard in multiple positions. I mean, he plays defense, man.
yeah, he does. Blue Bolt says DJ was the big three Heat like the KD Steph Warriors. No, the
No,
KD Steph Warriors had a lot of depth and they had a better roster. You got four All Stars compared to three in a bench. That Miami Big Three Heat cannot touch the KD Warriors. That was unfair right there.
I mean, not even. I mean, even that is not saying this just was a better team. They had depth. Their depth was better too. But like even when KD got there, that was a big issue. Was they lost their depth because they got KD. But that team. For all that being said, though, that team was just better than Miami. Miami people make it seem that Miami Heat team was not an all time great team like that. You go up the top. You put like the top 20 teams in NBA history. Miami, you're not gonna put that Miami Heat teams in any of them in that top 20. I mean, they was a great team, but like they wasn't that great.
Yeah, they were 2-2 in the finals, wins and losses. And I'm not saying this as a Laker homer, but I really feel like if the NBA did not butt in with the Lakers business in that Chris Paul trade, can you imagine? I actually believe that the Lakers would have got one of those,
I,
at
I,
least one.
I wouldn't be surprised. But I know. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they did that, though, man. Wow. It's, like I seen that. When I seen that happen, I'm like, man, they ain't want my man. They didn't want Kobe to shine,
Yeah, that's what it is. And this is not LeBron hate, of course.
man.
We're
No,
not
it's
like,
not. It's not. It's the politics, though. It just is what it is.
yeah,
We all know the league didn't wasn't league. I'm not gonna say the league never promoted Kobe, even but after that incident happened, but that Denver incident happened. But at the same time, at the same time, you have to. I mean, they had no choice to promote Kobe at some type of level, regardless, because he's Kobe Bryant. He's a great player, but like you could tell, like when it comes to certain awards and stuff like that, I mean, he was only with a one time MVP, which is kind of crazy. But they wasn't trying to give him that much. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The Boston so I mean, like the Heat. I mean, I don't know. Cause I would find that very odd and very strange. I'm like, okay, so why? Okay, you tried to what? This trade couldn't happen. But we see all these different blockbuster free agent deals and trades happen in the league history. They gonna stop that one? Like,
You know what's crazy, man? A lot of players, not just Chris Paul, because you know how Chris Paul is. A lot of players want to play with Chris Paul,
right,
and he was going to bring a lot of top-notch athletes to the Lakers.
right.
And when the NBA did that, they just ruined. And I'm being fair. I said Kobe would have had one more. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, Kobe would have won three. No, I'm realistic. Kobe would have won one. He would have had that sixth ring. Um, I still think the Heat would have won two. I just thought the Lakers would have won one of those within that 4 year span.
Right. Yeah, the thing about Kobe is, man, you don't have to give him. If you just give him enough to win, that's all you really need. You don't gotta do. You know what I mean? You give him enough. Give enough talent around him to win.
Hmm.
He gonna figure it out. I mean, you could like I mean when besides I guess you could say besides a team, when you give Kobe enough, you give Kobe like less than anybody you have in your top 10, he's gonna figure out and win. That just is the reality of it. Like he went through adversity to win them last two championships. I mean,
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that, man. Kevin Bryant says, "Good morning. I'm late. The Lakers are getting a chip, but it will come down a to attrition and no last minute trades." Here's what I can say: I have the Lakers being a favorite, but at the same time, there's no KD Warriors this year. You know, a Miami Heat, big three team, Shaq and Kobe Lakers. So they're beatable. It's only the starters of any team playing the Lakers have to be on point. Can't be no mistakes. They can't be no errors. They got to be on point for the whole game, 48 minutes
Yeah,
of the
right. I mean, they definitely come out the West though. I don't see nobody beat them in the West. I mean,
game.
I want to see them against the Warriors because of offensive coaching and what they got over there. A lot of people sleep on the Warriors too. A lot of people sleep on. I think Warriors could be a top five, top three team. A lot of people could sleep on the Warriors.
Man, I would hate to play the Warriors in the playoffs.
Andrew Wiggins looked like Andrew Wiggins is figuring it out finally. Just being in the right situation, right coach. Um, he's finally figuring it out. This man's legit playing the best defense like I've seen from him in his whole career. Getting blocks at the wing position. This is the effort period. I mean, he's a whole different player. You got Kelly Oubre there. I mean, you could argue this may be the best defensive team they had in the Warriors era with Steph Curry. You could argue that. You got Wiseman down there, Draymond Green still there, Kelly Oubre, Andrew Wiggins, and Steph Curry. Come on now.
Facts,
And I
man.
mean, just don't sleep on them.
Baby Goat says Celtics missing the floor general. What you think, man?
That's what I'm saying. The offense, we need better. We just need a better. We need a better offensive scheme. We just need better offense. I think about be fair with Kemba Walker is Kemba Walker was low key hurt last year. Not making any excuses. I mean, he got stem surgery for a reason, and he missing all the way till January. But people were saying like how bad he played, but if we really look at them games, he was missing wide open shots. Like if people were saying, "Oh, the zone," the zones was killing Kemba Walker. Nah, he was just missing. He was breaking his zone and he would hit that pull up jumper he always makes. He was just missing. So I think that knee really was just bothering him in the playoff. I think Kimba is good enough to help us take it to the next level. I think he was just hurt. But I
Yeah, I
mean,
think
offense, we need more. I mean, Jason Tatum becoming. I think Jason Tatum is he becoming a better playmaker. I mean,
yeah, the Celtics they're almost there. They just it's like they missing that one piece. And shout out to Revolution Radio. He's a day one supporter. Shout out to you, my brother, man. Thank you for always supporting my videos, no matter if it's ball family content or not. Thank you, my brother.
yeah, we missing a depth. I don't know if it's be a trade or. I mean, we still got that $28 million trade exemption that we can use like in a year. Got a year to use it, so that's something big. And anybody know about trade exception, basically, that's how Kelly Oubre got on the Warriors for basically
Oh,
nothing. They basically traded him for like a second round pick for basically nothing. That's what trade exception is. Because like, we got the trade exception because the Gordon Hayward signed him to Charlotte. So when you're a team, you can apply for stuff like that. When things like that happen, if somebody get hurt or somebody sign somewhere where you didn't get nothing out of the deal, that you can just apply for it. And we got 20 million, so that's a lot right there. We can bring in hopefully we can bring another star. So basically, like we get trade basically like Carson Edwards for like Andre Drummond. The money doesn't have to match the trade acceptance, which is
yeah.
crazy.
That's why
But
I tell people wait for these moves, man. Wait for these, the trade deadline. That's going to be important. Um, the other teams that are not the Lakers, they're not out of it yet. I still didn't even bring up the Bucks. And the Bucks, they just got to make their shots at the right time when they're playing good teams in the playoffs.
right,
For some reason, they get very cold in the playoffs. In the regular season, they out there shooting like 90 going north. And
yeah,
then the
I think
playoffs.
Right. I think because of coaching though, they don't. Mike Budenholzer doesn't. It's not good at adjust. Not good at adjustments. He does one thing, and we know what they're gonna do, and that doesn't work. You see what happens. Like I just don't like him as a coach, man. He shown me too many times. I mean, you looking at when he was in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta. They play against what about they play against LeBron and them. Look what happened. They just got their ass whooped. No type of you ain't see no adjustments. You ain't see no type of whatever. He just I mean, even last year, like when Giannis was hurt, nobody a lot of people didn't know Chris Middleton could do that offensively. Like they even thought he was just more of a spot up catch and shoot guy. But now he can put the ball on the floor also. So it's like why you couldn't have him do this when Giannis on the floor? Like I don't understand that. You know what I mean? And help him
Yeah,
win a game. Help him not getting swept. So like, dog, he has to expand his playbook, expand like roles on the people on that team. Oh, just let John do everything. Everybody just be a catch and shoot and get ready to shoot. No, can't win like that.
yeah, they got to change it up, man. You can't have like I felt bad for Giannis. I'm like, man, they're literally playing give it to Giannis, give it to Giannis. No, you got to do more plays than that, and it comes down to coaching. Uh, the the Bucks can do so much more in the playoffs, man. I'm like, why don't you do that type of ball movement in the playoffs? It's like they
Right,
overthink and they're like, just
right.
give it to Giannis so we can win it.
Yeah, they lost and they lost losing them losing Malcolm Brogdon had also hurt him too. But they got Drew Holiday now, so I mean they got no excuse. You got no excuses now. But I mean they got you got to make Giannis more effective than just having the ball on top of the key. If I'm seeing Giannis keep doing the same thing, having the ball top of the key, and he ain't doing no pick and rolls or like back screens or something. Oh, just do something. He even pick, put him closer to the basket. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna expect him to have like a great post game yet. I mean, but if he can just put him somewhere near the rim, I'm gonna be successful, man. Like I know when Blake Griffin got when he first got to the league, whatever. I mean, he wasn't really a shooter like that, but he does things to get closer to the rim. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's like it wasn't he didn't see Blake Griffin have the ball on top of the key and just going rim run trying to charge at the basket. No, players like that you got to put run plays, put them close to the rim as possible. Let Giannis screen and stuff and roll to the basket. He may not be a great shooter. It doesn't matter. He's hit it decent enough. If you can shoot 30% from three as a power 6'11" power forward, it's decent. I mean,
Yeah, for
he
sure. Angel Lopez says, DJ, do you think KD is better than AD? Oh, if when healthy, yeah. It's not
yeah,
even close.
I think so, but it's not it. I think it is close though. What I seen for him in Brooklyn, like KD is like he's back. I it's close though. Cause AD is just a talented player, man. Like he just is very very talented. I mean, I think his shooting has gotten better too. I seen he hit from 6 from 7 from threes. That's which is very good.
I'll go out
If he
on a
keeps
limb.
shooting like that,
Hey, true. I go out on a limb. I think AD, because he showed it in the playoffs. I think AD he's heading towards being the best player on the Lakers. Just the way he's
you
playing.
playing with LeBron. Listen, all the flaws and all the critiques he was getting, all the negatives he was getting before he was on the Lakers. Oh, he was soft. He's this and that. He's not a leader. When he was on the Lakers, he's shown that he can do all that. I mean, people say, "Oh, he's not a leader because he's playing. It's easy because he's playing with LeBron." Well, even he forced LeBron James to play defense. That's not leadership. I don't know what is that. LeBron said he's the anchor of that defense. If you notice, like LeBron, this is the best defense I've seen LeBron played in years. You know what I mean? So if he's pushing LeBron to be better and play defense, you know what I mean? That's some
Yeah.
type of leadership. You know what I mean? And it's AD. I mean, I've been a fan of AD. I'm maybe a little bit, but I've been a fan of AD since he was in Kentucky. To see how he is from Kentucky all the way now is like, I mean, he just has it, man. I mean, he's a, he, he's a, he, I mean, It's like John Kyle Curry only won one championship in Kentucky with Anthony Davis for a reason. You know what I mean? He ain't got no other titles with nobody in Kentucky. He got with AD though. He's that guy. Improved on his game. Like the player he even got from the Kentucky AD, the AD you see now is like two different types of players. Like he's doing things I didn't even see him doing.
Yeah, you're right. And AD needed a LeBron James. I always say AD had superstar talent, but a number two mind. So he
Right.
needed LeBron to lead him into. I'm not saying LeBron is the reason for everything, but what I'm saying is LeBron did help mentally cope AD to becoming the player he is right now.
Right, especially when you can do it, because he was, but I think that mindset came because when he was playing in Kentucky, and we were playing he was the best pro on that team. I don't think he even led that team in scoring. I think Michael Kidd led them in scoring. But so it was like his mindset was like, okay, like, because I feel he like, listen, I can do this. You know what I mean? Even though like I can do this. You know what I mean? Like I can be the top scorer of the team. I can lead the team in rebounding and scoring and all that, and also still be a defensive anchor.
Facts. Shout out to Jason Zimmerman. He says, "Peace. I know this is random, but I just met the great Tubby Smith at the grocery store. Oh, that's dope, man. Shout out to Tubby
Yeah,
Smith, the second black coach to win the NCAA title with Kentucky. We know that history. We just got someone online. We got Dom King, NBA. What's good, my brother?
What's good? What's good? I just want to say pleasure for letting me into the stream. Definitely want to give my 2 cents on this topic.
Yeah, brother. I ain't trying to be funny, man. Are you on this video on the shower?
Nah, what you? Nah, why you say that?
What the hell?
Nah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Okay, so first and foremost, I feel like this is the first time that it's parity in the league. Where we could really look around at the East, we could look around throughout the West, and it's definitely multiple teams that could definitely compete for a championship. Obviously we got the Lakers at the top of that contention. I know you guys were talking about the Clippers earlier. It's a multitude of teams that could really pull it off, in my opinion. Some of the sleepers, I've really been taking interest into the Pelicans. I got a chance to watch their last preseason game yesterday. I really like what Zoe is doing as far as shifting this game. I like Zion Williamson. He seems like he's definitely in shape this year. Brandon Ingram, we all know what he's about. Just in this Steph Van Gundy. I just like the mix of that team. I like Phoenix. I feel like they're on the come up. We can't sleep on the Blazers. As soon as Houston figure out who they want to trade, or once they get rid of James Harden, it's a lot of teams within the West that I feel like compete. But I'm going with the Lakers overall. They got AD, Bron, and I think the Clippers would be probably the second seed, just because obviously that star power potential. But I definitely think it's parity across the league. I'm excited for this NBA season. I think we are gonna, definitely enjoy all the different storylines. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents.
It's good, my brother. Let me read. Zozo says, to me, a super team is stacked team with average to above average players getting paid less than what they should get paid, where they just try to win a chip. Yeah, we have multiple super teams.
There's different examples of super teams, though.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like the Celtics back in the day with Bill Russell, they had a super team. Because, like, they had, for example, like, a lot of them teams back then was so condensed, though. You think, like, multiple Hall of Famers on one team back in the day, the league was so condensed with, like, 8 teams, 12 teams, whatever. So you may have, like, say, one team have like 3. Bob Pettit and them had like maybe 2 or 3 playing with 3 other Hall of Famers. They'll play with maybe like 5. You know what I mean? That's them, but with a super team. And then when you compare what's how the league is set up, you know what I mean? Or like Michael Jordan, a lot of people don't want to agree to this, but that was a super team. The Bulls was a super team in the 90s because of the landscape and how they were set up.
Yeah, there's a difference between added super teams and organic super teams. Those older teams that you were talking about,
Yeah,
those were kind of organic, built
yeah,
through the draft, stuff like
yeah.
that.
But yeah, I'm just saying it's different. Like it's just super team is also it's basically like what how the landscape of the league is and how your talent matches with everybody else. It doesn't really mean about like contracts and all that. Like so yeah, that's basically what a super team. Like a lot of people don't want to admit that Chicago is. Oh, that was a super team. What do you mean it wasn't a super team? You playing dogs. Scottie Pippen was a top 5 player in my opinion in the '90s. And you got Dennis Rodman, one of the greatest defensive players of all time, best rebounder in the '90s, one of the best. Like when they first year together, they all made all defensive first team. Like, what team had players that all 3 people made the All NBA defensive first team? Like, come on, man, that's super team. You got a great coach. Tony Kukoc come off the bench, one of the best 6 men in the game, and you got solid role players. You know what I mean? So it's like people like the Ron Harpers. You know what I mean? That could guard multiple guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That was a super team. I hate to break it to them. It was a super team. It
The
wasn't.
Lakers, yeah, the
Uh,
Lake Kobe and Shaq Lakers. That was a super team. Won 3 straight championships. I mean, that's a super team.
So I definitely got a question for y'all. With that being said, back to my point earlier, I think it's parity across the league. I don't think we really have any super teams per se right now. Would y'all agree or disagree with that point?
I
I
agree.
may, I I may agree, but that Lakers team, we gotta see if when they fully healthy, what they can do. But they have a feeling to me that could be and like I said, I go back like a super team to me is go back basically with the landscape of the league. And that Lakers team right there is very. They don't even have like they have legit starters coming off their bench, like legit starters. Like we've seen other teams in the league that got depth, but they not more. They don't have legit starters like the Lakers do. You got
Who
Wesley
who who are
Matthews.
you talking about? That's a legit starter in your opinion?
Well, Wesley Matthews is a legit starter.
He is.
You got Caruso. Caruso will start for Caruso can start for some teams. I
I don't
mean,
know
you
about a
have
championship team though.
hey, he started in game 6 on closing game and won the final.
That's
You know that.
facts. That's
I
facts.
mean, they can't. I mean, I don't. We gotta wait to see if they is a super team. But like you said, I mean, I mean, you got like you said, you got AD. Okay, you got AD and LeBron. That's the best duo hands down in the NBA. Like that's. I mean, that's we all could agree to that. Like, there's no duo better than AD and LeBron.
I got
You
one
have
that's close.
who?
7-11.
No, Kyrie not in the top 10 player.
Ooh.
Kyrie's a very they is one of the best duos. You can we gotta wait and see if they even number 2, but they not. I mean, you got AD and LeBron You can argue those 2 are the best players in the world. When you have 2 of the best players in the world on one team, you got a bunch of players, capable players like role players like a Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell, and you had Wesley Matthews. You got Kyle Kuzma. You got Kyle Kuzma come off the bench, 18 point scorer. You legit got you got 3 players that can average 18 or more a game off the bench. Well, no, I think Dennis Schroeder is gonna be a starter, but he was just mentioning Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder is a solid point guard. So you got Frank Vogel Frank Vogel is a great coach. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA. You got this is how they created how much they a super team. They got Jason Kidd as an assistant coach. Like, like they have a like that could be a possible super team. I don't know. We gotta wait and see. Caldwell Pope. I mean, you got THT. He may. I don't, he not. He don't even go. He's not gonna get a lot of minutes like that in the regular season. But still, you got somebody you could. You know what I mean? If somebody get hurt or somebody that he can come in and he can fill in the role. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely agreeing with your point.
Marcus Sol.
The
Like
Lakers,
they have.
they could definitely pull it off, right? I mean, obviously they number one in the West for a reason. They, the favorites to repeat for a reason. But I don't know, just this is just one man's opinion right here. But it's something about the parity in the NBA and all the different opportunities to really take over this year. Um,
Well, that's true. I
it,
agree with that. I
it's a
agree with
lot
you
of
with
teams on
Perry.
the come up, and I feel like this is the first year that they really have an opportunity to prove themselves. Like, look at all the people around the league that have something to prove this year. Like, I mean, the list goes. I could name a good 5, 10 players that got something to prove that could potentially be competing for a championship this year. I agree with you. I think the Lakers is going to pull it off for sure.
Yeah, but you know
But
what's funny thing
it's
is
going to be
the
fun to
Lakers.
watch.
Right. But the funny thing about it is the Lakers in that yet again they in that conversation of players that got something to prove. You know what I mean? Because you got Montrezl Harrell, a player that got something to prove. You got Dennis Schroeder. That's how the Lakers won last year. With everything you just saying, that's the reason why Lakers won last year. You had everybody on that team had something to prove, and they felt disrespected and slighted. You know what I mean? Now this
Facts.
year they still got that same chip on their shoulders, and they added some more pieces that feel the same type of way. Dennis Schroeder has been he feel this he I guarantee you he got something to prove. He been feeling disrespected, saying that he's saying that he gonna be a bench player, he gonna come off the bench and all that stuff. I'm like, what? You got
I gotta
Montrezl
say this,
Harrell.
man. The Lakers have, like you said, the Lakers have a lot of role players who can be starters, but they're motivated. When you play for the Lakers, they're gonna talk shit about you. They're gonna say you're not this, that. I think they're gonna be hungry. But we can't sleep on Brooklyn. How you doing? We can't sleep on Brooklyn
Oh, we
now.
can't we can't sleep on Brooklyn. Brooklyn is
Man,
definitely
hello,
good.
Brooklyn.
Definitely can't sleep Brooklyn, but if they do match up with the Lakers, that's gonna be very, very tough.
Hell
Because
yeah.
now, because now it's going now. Because here's the thing: is experience gonna come into factor? A lot of them players on Brooklyn team are gonna be experience gonna come a factor. And to be honest with you, you gonna to be like you gonna have KD guard AD the whole game. That's what you really have to do. You can't put Jared Allen or Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan or Torian Prince on AD. That's not gonna happen. You go
Here's the
for
thing. You're right on that, but I think both teams are trade off unguardable players. No one on the Nets can guard AD. That is true, and no one on the Lakers can guard KD, especially when he's doing that transition three that
oh
he.
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. But that Laker team, that defense of the team, when they turn it on though, like we know how great defensively the Lakers can be. Question is,
Mm-hmm.
can Brooklyn can play that same or that near that same level of defense?
True.
That's gonna be the question because I mean we don't know. I mean you can't. It's hard to stop great offensive players, but at the same time, I mean you go. That's a lot of pressure. I mean that question is who on the Brooklyn would just guard like. You could have like okay, LeBron. I see LeBron James. I'm not stopping it. Not, of course, not stopping KD, but still, it's gonna make it tough for him. But you gonna expect KD that you know what I mean that he gonna have to guard AD a whole game and worry about scoring. That's a lot right there, man. That's a lot. I don't. That's really the key position right there, having AD, and then they can run very small line. They can run small lineups. So and DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen wouldn't be effective. That's why. I mean, that's why you heard Steve Nash saying they doing lines where KD's playing center. But I don't know. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be interesting.
Man, I cannot wait for the start of the NBA, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So that small lineup, I feel they're gonna do. They probably gonna run a lineup. Brooklyn, they best lineup. They're gonna have like Spencer did, Kyrie, Spencer did with the Karis LeVert, Joe Harris, and like Turian Prince or like Jeff Green. Just I don't know. Just put somebody in there with KD playing center or something like that. They did that against the Lakers. That's still Lakers still going. They can run small ball and still be bigger. It's like you know what I mean. Like it's Lakers got a perfect like they have legit they can match up with anybody very well and still somehow have a little bit of advantage. It's crazy.
Man, I'm telling you, man, this with the first two games, right? Lakers versus Clippers and Brooklyn versus the Warriors. It's going to tell me a lot. I know it's the first game. I
Yeah,
know a lot of people just came back from the bubble, but it's like a mini preview of what's to come. Like I want to see the depth. I want to see the lineups. I know it's not going to be clean basketball, but I just want to see the image of what the whole team structure will look like.
right. You know what I mean? Steve Kerr, like that's gonna be that's gonna be a tough game for Brooklyn. That's gonna be a very tough game, in my opinion. Steph Curry, peace IVD press.
Yeah,
Steph
shout out to
Curry,
IVD Press.
yeah. Shout out to that brother. KD, that's gonna be tough for them. The Warriors, they play defense. They play defense. And they very they play defense and they very athletic. They may got they, that's a very athletic team right there. They can spread the floor. And James Wiseman could be rookie of the year. I don't think it may be hard for him to win rookie of the year, but if the team if he can do like a 15 and if he averages like let's say he can do like a 15 and 10 type of or like 13 to 15 to 10 rebounds a game with a couple like a block and a half or almost 2 blocks a game, I can see him winning rookie of the year. Depending on how the Warriors do, what their record is.
Yeah, I got a comment on that. I agree. I did say LaMelo Ball, but since looking at the uncertainty of what this coach is doing for the Hornets, putting them in, putting them out in lineups, putting them out of position at times, it's really hard to say who will win. But if Wiseman averages 15 points and 10 rebounds, he will win rookie. If he's doing that in the West, he will win rookie of the year. I'm saying it first.
Yeah, if he can do like around like 13, if he get like 13 to 15, 10 rebounds, a little bit more than that, like with almost 2 blocks a game, something like that. And if his defense is like legit like that or coming in the league, they're gonna be a tough that.
I'm gonna have to go with
Damn.
Mellow Ball though, honestly. Just off of the it factor. I know you just talked about the coach in Charlotte playing games, kind of messing with his playing time, working him in and out of the lineup. But overall, I like his game. I think when Lonzo came into the league, it was a similar vibe, just in terms of, the coach not really handing him the keys right away. But I feel like once, Melo, gets into his bag, he going to go with rookie of the year. I like James Wiseman. I like Anthony Edwards. I like them both, but I just feel like, Ball got that it factor about him.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, I think about that situation, LaMelo. I think they're doing it on purpose and they just slowly put him in the NBA. You know what I mean? They're not rushing anything. Just slowly just progressing them. They're going to give him the keys. They wouldn't pick him. They were going to give him the keys. So, I mean,
I gotta read this, brother. Revolution Radio, shout out to him. Says LaMelo was trending on a bad night because of one pass. That's star power. Yeah, he has star power. So if he averages a measly 14 points, let's say LaMelo averages 14 points and 8 assists, he could literally win rookie off of those points.
His passing may be better than his passing. Probably his passing is up there with his brother.
It is.
Like that's saying a lot. Lonzo maybe He's a more of an efficient shooter than LaMelo. But I mean, he's a more efficient player. Period. I mean, besides the free throw, whatever, he's more efficient. Period than LaMelo. But I mean, passing wise, he's up there. He's up there. Lonzo may have a little bit better IQ, but Melo passing is definitely up there.
Right,
Already a top 10 passer in the NBA right now. So,
the thing that's hard to do, I feel like we all guilty of this, is comparing the Ball brothers, right? But if we take Zoe out of the equation, Melo, that boy is nice in terms of, you know, his vision, his feel for the game. You know, we haven't seen a player quite like him. I don't know if ever in the league. I mean, you know, 6'7", 6'8",
I
with
can't say that though.
in transition. Have you seen a player like that? I mean,
Sean Livingston. So
I don't know. It's unique.
Sean Livingston
before
he got hurt, Sean Livingston was a problem.
Mm-hmm. Let him know.
Sean, you got Penny Hardaway. You had Penny Hardaway. You had tall. I mean, you have tall guards. I mean, you got he's in that category of tall guards. He ain't the first. You know what I mean? Tall guard. I mean, the thing about his game, it reminds me of a little bit though. I mean, he has the size of Penny. That's what people call him. People compare him to Penny Hardaway, but his game reminds me a lot of Jason Kidd. Reminds me a lot of Jason Kidd when it comes to like the efficiency and just everything about it. You look, Jason Kidd, a lot of people don't talk about. He was not an efficient scorer. He was bad efficiently as a scorer, but the thing about Jason Kidd, he had that great IQ, and you know how to make players better. So,
you know what? We can't be prisoners of the moment when a rookie has an off game. You see, I was fair with Anthony Edwards and every other rookie when they had bad games, and I'm gonna be fair with LaMelo Ball. I was pissed off from last night's game. Really, I was. But at the same time, I thought about it. I said he's 19 years old and did not have an off season in a training camp like any other rookie. And you know, they don't have summer league. This is a COVID-19 year. So you got to give these rookies a time to grow. You can't. They were acting like LaMelo was a bust off one game, but when he had 18 points in 20 minutes, they were quiet as a church mouse.
Right.
Now the haters want to come out when he has a bad game.
And it's like he had a bad game, but he also had positive moments also too. Though you can't. I mean, you got to judge how it is when it comes to these rookies. Yeah, he had a bad game, but also those are the things that he also did good. You know what I mean? Like that pass he did. I mean, he's shown that he can play the game. Man. I mean, Cole Anthony outplay him, but still, like,
yeah, he did.
But LaMelo still. With Bo could win Rookie of the Year. It'll be kind of hard for him. Maybe you go for that.
Is he a rookie? Will he count as a rookie?
Yeah, he'll count as a rookie.
Yeah, he had a crazy offseason. He's definitely going to be on the come up this year.
Is he starting center?
Nah.
Who's going to start center for the Denver?
The Joker.
No, I'm talking about Jokic. I mean, I'm tripping. I'm thinking about Mason Plumlee. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm be thinking. He's going to basically kind of play Mason Plumlee role, and that's in the rotation.
We gonna see.
Yeah, I just sent you the link of Revolution.
He's not Jason Kidd. He's Pistol Pete. Nah, I say Jason. You got. I mean, nah, he ain't Pistol Pete. You got to look at his game.
He got to roast the Charlotte rotation.
yeah. I want to see this. Hey, this brother, he's unfiltered. I hope he gets. That rotate, they had LaMelo a small forward, man, the whole time. I'm like, what the heck? They was experimenting with lineups.
They had to do that though. Gore Hayward got hurt, so they kind of had to do that. I mean, so I'm not.
Yeah,
I wasn't mad at it though, honestly. Cause I think Terry Rozier wants to stay on that team. I think Terry Rozier wants to stay.
Somebody got to go.
Do they? But do they really have to?
Yes,
That's
bro.
the question.
Out of those 3 guards, somebody gotta go.
Uh-oh, we got Revolution Radio in the house, man. He about to cook, man. What's good,
Peace,
my brother?
brothers. What's up? Peace and blessings to the Most High.
What up? What
What's
up?
going
Yeah,
on?
man.
It's skipping. It's gonna stop in a second.
Yeah. So, brother, what do you think about that horrible lineups, the coaching, the horrible play of last night with the Hornets?
Hold on, DJ. I'm trying to see if this the stream will catch up. Can y'all
Oh,
hear me?
okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, back. All right. Yeah, man. Like, all right, so let's kill some narratives. Let's kill some narratives this morning. Cole Anthony, man. Cole Anthony is a good player. I think he has the potential to be the starter for Orlando Magic because really they playing Marquise Fultz out of position. He doesn't look like a point guard. They play him a lot as a point guard. He looks like a 2 guard. And I don't know what the hell happened to Marquise Fultz from the University of Washington to now. I know about the shoulder injury, but like his entire game is different. So I don't know what the hell is going on with Marquise Fultz. I watched a lot of that game. And the only difference I saw between Melo and Cole Anthony is Cole Anthony has been given the green light. Like Cole Anthony has the green light. And because of the perception of Lonzo, I'm gonna say really what it is. Melo is already coming into the league. Melo can't miss no shots. Like Melo cannot miss a shot. He can't take a bad shot because there's already the stain in people's minds of Lonzo's rookie year and Lonzo's shot percentage. So anytime Melo takes a shot and he misses, it's got to be in the back of the kid's head that they're comparing shooting percentages. I know they've harped on it so much to the point where, to me, it seems like it's moments where Melo, I've seen it. Y'all seen it too. Melo's at the free throw line while another player is shooting a free throw and he's looking at the bench. He don't know if he's going to come out. There was a stretch between the third and fourth quarter where Cole Anthony missed like 6 or 7 shots back to back. He was going in, he was driving, shot get blocked. He was going in, he would drive, charge. He would go in, do up and under layup, miss. And he stayed in the game. I think he probably played more minutes than Melo. So I can't say that Cole Anthony outplayed him. I just say Cole Anthony's in a better system. He's in a system where obviously there's more belief in Cole Anthony. Also, Cole Anthony reclassified his senior year, and he's really about to be 21 years old. Melo just turned 19. So we can't get caught up into these narratives. We really got to study these players. I was talking to DJ last week, and we were on here, man, and I told DJ the one thing that I'm afraid of, really, is the Charlotte Hornets messing up Melo's game with that bum-ass rotation. Look, man, with a guy like Melo, and I hate to sound like LeVar, but I'm going to just be real. You cannot bring Jason Williams, Pistol Pete off of the bench. Crawford was the only player with that style that I saw, Jamal Crawford, that they were able to bring off the bench. But if you know basketball, he didn't come into the league coming off the bench. I think he was with the Knicks, and Jamal Crawford was a starter for a while. Once he got older, he came off the bench. When you're dealing with a guy that's creative players like that, they need to get into a rhythm and a flow of the game. You don't throw a behind-the-back, no-look passer in a bench rotation because the flow of the game has already been, the tone of the game has already been set. So what you're doing is, with this rotation, I'm starting to see something that I never saw in Melo, but this is what I was afraid of. I'm starting to see hesitancy. I'm starting to see him look to the side because you don't know when he's coming out. What you got in Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier, really, I'm going to just say it, you really got the same player. Like, they're really the same player. They're spot-up three-point shooters. They're not really point guards. I watched Devontae Graham. He makes a lot of turnovers because he can't see over the defense. And he's trying to be more of a playmaker this year because he don't want to go to the bench. When Melo got drafted by Charlotte, man, I'm not going to lie, I was devastated. I was devastated because I wanted him in a bigger market, and I wanted him on a team that get so much leeway that they couldn't hate on Melo. That's why I wanted him on Golden State, because Golden State gets every benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted him on Golden State because I was like, yo, how are they gonna hate on Melo if he's on Golden State? But him being with Charlotte, man, I'm of the belief, DJ, and you tell me if I'm wrong, you too, brother. I'm of the belief that shit organizations do shit things. Like bad organizations are bad organizations. And their habits show through. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I just think Charlotte is a bad organization. So, you know, for Melo's career, I was hoping for Golden State, but now he's with Charlotte, and I mean, I hope they just don't damage him the way they did Lonzo, man. I'm hoping that Melo is mentally tougher than Lonzo. But go ahead, DJ, my bad.
Brother, man, you spoke a lot of truths, man, and I'm glad you're on this video, this chat with us. I'm really just hopeful that I'm just hoping that the Hornets do not mess this brother's confidence up. I pray to the Most High that he protects him for the negative energy from the media and from jealous teammates, because you know they're there. And it's like everyone's attacking LaMelo, and LaMelo has to be a G and fight them all off. What do you think, True the King?
I mean, I agree, like a lot of them points. Yeah, he doesn't have that. I thought he had like a bigger green light. Honestly, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know what they trying to do. The coach trying to do. Maybe they need a coaching change. That's probably it. Something. Maybe need a coaching change. I don't know. I mean, Jordan wanted to pick LaMelo for no reason. That was the best pick he ever did since he's been, you know what I mean, in that position. So it's like, I think they trying to do so. They just trying to figure it out. I don't know if what's the coach name? I forgot.
James Borrego.
Greg, I don't think he's it. Like, I don't think he is as a coach. Maybe he's not as a coach. I'm like, why he's coming? Like, I understand him maybe coming to. I'm off the bench the first 2 games, but why he come off the bench now? Like, have him be part of the starters. Like, see if like, I don't know. Like, especially it don't make any sense to me, honestly. Like I don't know if they're trying to protect him. I don't know if they slowly go him. I don't know what they trying to do, honestly. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Honestly. It's like he don't know when he gonna come out the game. That's the crazy part. Like how you don't like
Man.
like so it's like I don't know, maybe they need a new coaching change. I mean Jordan had Phil Jackson's whole career, you know what I mean? Maybe we just need a whole that's how it happens sometimes, you know what I mean? They don't I don't like it really that his coaching style anyway though. But I don't know.
Man, I gotta be real, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this shit, right? What I'm about to say. James Borrego, if he really wants to be the coach of the future of this team, he got to be a man to tell those veteran players, hey, I need a 6-man. This doesn't mean that you're not good and not anything, but I need a 6-man. I don't need 2 damn shooting guards, miniature shooting guards starting on my team. We draft LaMelo number 3 because you guys put us in this position to draft a number 3. See, if you would have elevated your play, this wouldn't even happen. See, he got to cut the crap and just be real. Because if he does it, he's gonna be out of there.
Oh yeah, he gonna be out of there. And I want to say this real quick, DJ. Like, really, I'm not even gonna blame James Borregos because I saw this play before the draft. I saw what was happening before the draft. So you had this random ass Charlotte reporter from the Charlotte Observer come out and say LaMelo Ball is struggling in his interviews. You know what I'm saying? These narratives. The reason why your channel was so important, I don't understate this. And the same for the brothers that cover boxing and do the boxing new media. You know what I'm saying? It's because y'all help us destroy these narratives. We live in an age of predictive programming, man. Like they program you to a narrative. And if you don't watch it, you'll start speaking that narrative. Bro, Cole Anthony is 21 years old. Like, let's keep it a buck. If Cole Anthony would have came out the year he was supposed to come out, he probably would have been drafted in the 20s. He had to reclassify. Cole Anthony is 2 years older than LaMelo. Let's keep it a buck, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what I started to hear that made me think this was going to happen, that first night Melo was drafted, Somehow ESPN, the servers or whatever went haywire, so Melo never got a damn interview like every other draft pick. LeVar didn't get interviewed. They skipped over Melo and went right to the fourth pick. Everyone gets an interview except for him. Mitch Kupchak comes out that night and says nothing is going to be given to him. He's going to have to earn minutes. We're talking about the number 3 draft pick. But this is because this narrative has been pushed for the last 2 to 3 years about Melo and about the Ball family and how hard is he willing to work. And like one of the brothers was saying the other day, this undercurrent racism that because Melo is light-skinned, Alonzo is light-skinned, and Jello is light-skinned, and their father did everything he could to bust his ass so they didn't have to grow up in certain situations that they won't work for what they get. So they're going to make this buck earn it. This 3rd draft pick has to earn his playing time because Melo's really nothing but a spoiled child. Let me tell you why this is detrimental. If you know basketball, you know I'm telling the truth. Nate Robinson had a cousin named Tony Rotten Jr. or Roten Jr. that came into the league a couple years ago. Well, years back.
I remember.
Very creative passer. Very creative passer. When you're dealing with creative players, they have to go to systems that understand, I got to get this guy the keys and let him run the point. Because if I mess with his creativity, what I'm going to do is crush his spirit. And he's not a Cole Anthony. He's not Alonzo. I don't compare this guy. I don't compare LaMelo to Lonzo. I saw Lonzo's game the other night. He tore it up. But Lonzo's a system guy, bro. Lonzo's an up and down guy. They're not even the same kind of passers. Lonzo coming off that screen, pick and roll to Zion bounce pass. Lonzo full court lobbing. Lonzo is spotting up and hitting spot up threes. That's not Melo. Melo is an ISO ball, pick and roll, transitional wizard creator. You cannot bring a guy like that off the bench. And if they're trying to teach him a lesson, what they're doing is destroying his confidence. To my man's point, the man has 18 points, like 5-6 assists, highlight reels, all this Thursday night. You don't take a rookie who explodes that way and put him back on the bench. That was your opportunity to now tell Terry Rozier, because he's going to have to be the odd man out. Terry Rozier, look, you will give more of a punch if you're coming off the bench because Melo is young and inexperienced, and he's going to have nights where, he's not going to score that many points. So where are we going to get our power off the bench other than Miles Bridges, which is insane as well, him being on the bench? You know what I'm saying? So, but instead of doing that, I think James Borregos is yielding to Mitch Kupchak, who's a pretty horrible GM. That's why he got kicked out of LA, the Luol Deng contract, and several other contracts, you know what I'm saying? So, I think they're just trying to teach Melo a lesson. They're trying to, it's like breaking the black buck, man. They're trying to make him more of a system player and make him earn it. Like this man ain't had to earn it his entire life, going to Lithuania, going to Australia, going to Spire, being the face of the JBL. It's just that whole thing they did with Jason Williams and White Chocolate. And DJ, this is what I was afraid of, bro. I don't think it's the coach. I really do think the coach is fond of LaMelo, but I think it's just that narrative that came out in the media, and that's why you're so important, and these channels are so important so we can get the truth.
Exactly. Shout out to Big Spell One for supporting the channel, man. One of my day one subscribers, man. Thank you, my brother. I gotta read this shit right here. We got Shanker in the building as well.
What's good, my brother?
What's good, Shanker? I'm about to read this real quick. So DZG says, this is Terry Rozier's first year being a main guy. What do you mean? They did better than what was expected of them. They were supposed to be the worst team in the NBA. I get all that, but it doesn't matter. They still got the number 3 overall pick.
That first statement, they wasn't true. This is the second year being the main. It's the second year being that supposed to be the main guy role or whatever. Right. It's not true. Terry Rozier is a good player. I don't understand. See, listen, if you don't want to get rid of Terry Rozier, whatever case may be, experiment having all 3 in the lineup then started. I don't understand what they're trying to do, honestly. They say I've seen Terry Rozier has been balling. So okay, you seen them been balling. You seen Graham been balling, and you got a number 3 pick. Figure it out. It's just that simple. Why is that hard?
Because they know it'll be a defensive liability because Graham is trash on defense. So they're afraid to play all 3 of them because they know Melo has a long way to go. Really, bro, y'all, let's just say what it is, man. It was a raggedy ass draft pick. If you're really this tied to those 2 guards, bro, and you don't want to hurt their feelings, don't take Melo at 3.
Exactly.
Don't take at 3. I mean, it is a disastrous pick, and what their fallback is going to be if it goes wrong is Melo just didn't pan out. They're gonna put it on Melo.
What you think, Shaker?
I think, man, after seeing last night, well, first, I know you guys probably addressed it, but I thought they changed his position and tried him at a 3, something he ain't played, and he's definitely not a corner post up in the corner person. I saw him doing a lot of that last night. First thing I thought was exactly what you guys been talking about, man. It's just what they're doing is the same thing Gentry did, same thing Lou did with Lonzo. Just take the playmaking ability that he comes to your team with away from him, because you don't want to spoil you're spoiled. And I said this on Twitter. You got a bunch of spoiled veterans on that team who really have been playing subpar basketball. That's why Jordan hasn't won anything with them. And to put them back in the starting lineup and say, this is what we're going to do. The same team that lost everything for you last season, we're showing you again. And it didn't get any better. And we're going to start out with that again. You brought them in with a 10 to 12 point deficit already. Then you're going to bring him in the game. And I knew this was going to happen. They're going to put it on him to come in and be miraculously, and bring up the lead, which he still helped them achieve. But when I saw a bunch of veteran players, guys that were there 1 year, 2 years, standing around, looking at LaMelo with the ball, watching what he's doing. They're not moving anymore. They're not trying to get open. The lineups that he's playing them with are horrible. He only has the one or 2 players that really accent him well so far on this team. Everybody else is trying to get theirs, and it's not a good fit right now, but I still think it's so early. I think that, I'm going to give this coach time to iron this out. And I'm hoping that Jordan steps up and doesn't just stay quiet, and not, speak up, because I know he is. He's too competitive to let Melo go to waste. There's no way I see Jordan letting Melo go to waste. So, because he has to, they can't let what happened last night become the normal for that team. It'd be a waste of talent.
Yeah, the pressure on Jordan, man. Like I said,
Jordan
have acknowledged that the mistakes he had in the past. So when you have somebody like that acknowledge stuff like that, I mean, he sees all this, and like I said, Mitch Kupchak and the coaching, like that's. Listen, they jobs on the line, man.
And to be honest with you, and knowing LaMelo, I mean, just from knowing him as a child coming up, there's nothing that this team can do to LaMelo that's going to take his talents down, to be honest with you. And he's only going to get better regardless of where they play him at. And if he ends up going to another team, he'll still be the star. They're not going to, they can't take away what he has. His natural ability is too much, for them. And I think it's just right now he's too much for that team. And that's what we see. It's a really small-minded team. And you got a big star, and you don't know what to do with him. You really don't. Because Jordan Hayward, he's really not the answer, although he'll be a better accent piece. But until they get some high flyers around him that can run and move with him, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, they got him. He's on the bench, too. They got
right.
Bridges, dude, that's athletic, got him on the bench, too. It's stupid, man.
Bridges is the only one I see with him.
Man. And he's on the bench. Why he on the bench? Like
Daniels is horrible, man. Daniels is a turnover liability.
Come on, man. I
don't even know if Daniels is a turnover liability. It's just DJ said this the other day, man. It's like these coaches, man, when they get Lonzo and they get Melo, they go crazy and they want to turn the entire team into point guards. Why you got Daniels bringing up the ball at the floor? PJ Washington bringing the ball to the floor. What Miles Bridges is showing us is the idiocracy of the Charlotte Hornets front office, Michael Jordan included.
Mhm.
Because you could have saved that bag that you gave Gordon Hayward, who was an injury-prone player, and just kept Miles Bridges in the starting lineup. And I would have went and paid Boogie that money. Boogie got paid anyway. You know what I'm saying? I would have paid Boogie that money and had Cody Zeller coming off the bench. Because at least you bring a legit big all-star presence. Man, when I look at the bigs on this team, and I like Biyombo for what he's trying to do with Melo, mentoring. Man, come on, man. Biyombo, Cody Zeller. When Melo passes Cody Zeller the ball, Cody Zeller legit looks lost. Like every time he passes the ball to Cody Zeller, I have to hold my breath because I don't want Melo to get another turnover. It's never a clean catch. It's never a clean bucket, man. Brother man hit it right on the head, man. Like Miles Bridges really, for me, he probably the only other cat, man, on that team that's watchable, man. Like Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier, they can score, but to me, both of them guys on elite teams, those are guys that come off the bench. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want those guys matching up with the top talent in the league. DJ, what you think though? What did you think about last night's rotation?
Last night's rotation was a piece of shit, and this is not a game for number 3 overall pick. And Big Spell was right. Big Spell says you don't bench a 3rd pick in a draft when the team hasn't made the playoffs in years.
No,
What
sir.
are you, the Lakers? Are you the Lakers?
Fact.
Exactly. Like I don't know
Celtics?
what it is. I don't understand. Like I don't understand what they're trying to do because now I think they kind of confused. Okay, they got Bridges, you got Gordon Hayward, you got PJ Washington, you got a lot of. They're good off the. They got too many in certain positions now. Now they basically feel they fly stuck. Oh, what can we do now? Because the thing is, okay, I understand why they pay Gordon Hayward because you got to spend so much money every year. So it's like it is what it was with them. Let's listen. We can bring somebody in that could be, let's guess, a veteran leadership. But at the same time, now you have a problem where, okay, you got too many in the same position. PJ Washington, Bridges, Gordon Hayward, Rozier, Graham, and LaMelo. And somebody's not going to be happy. Because all of them, you can't start them all at the same time, all the people I just named. So
Yeah.
somebody going to get traded. Somebody got to get traded.
I don't know what lesson LaMelo is learning from being on this bench right now. Like I posted, there's not 5 better players than him. And if you're gonna start a season out, and even in preseason, you're gonna at least want your 5 best players on your team to start the game out. LaMelo is one of the 5 best players on that team. That team don't have 5 better players than him on that team right now. So I don't know. I just don't think he's learning anything from this. This is gonna hurt them more than it does him.
Exactly. We got just Shay in the building.
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
And that game was crazy last night.
what you think will happen, man?
I thought the rotations, in my opinion, were terrible. I felt that, like as far as LaMelo's defense, I felt like maybe they were talking to him, and like, okay, just worry about your defense this game because offensively he wasn't gonna get the ball. And I see a lot of times where he was open and they didn't give him the ball. They tried to make the flashy passes that he makes, and I didn't like that at all.
And
That's the Martin twins. The Martin twins.
Yeah.
Martin twins. You know how I feel about that. I think we got to prepare ourselves what seems to be the inevitable. And as much game as the brother spitting, I got to disagree. I've seen too many creative street ball type players get ruined in the NBA. So I think you can affect anyone's confidence. And being on a bottom feeder organization like the Charlotte Hornets and not getting minutes, that's going to affect anyone's confidence. I think we got to prepare ourselves for at least the early part of the regular season. Melo getting 15 minutes a game, 15 to 20 minutes a game at the most. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like somebody just said, if they really were going to push him into the starting lineup, you would have saw him get meaningful minutes. I saw Cole Anthony miss 7 shots straight, bro, and they kept this man in the game. And they afforded him the opportunity to hit that big bucket at the end because no matter how many shots he missed, how many turnovers he had, the coach showed belief in him. And that's why I think Marquise Fultz's job is in trouble because, you know what I'm saying, or Fournier, whoever that was starting, because in the crucial minutes, you show what you feel about a player. Melo's not really on the court during crucial minutes. He's not on the court to close out the half, and he's never really in the game to close out the game. So I think we need to be prepared for 15-minute games, spot minutes. And, you know, I mean, I'm just preparing myself for it. I do think by the time he plays Lonzo on the 8th, they probably will, for ratings, push him into the starting lineup. So that's what I would be looking forward to seeing him start.
Well, I kind of knew that he wasn't going to start because I think it was one of those interviews after the draft. Mitch Kupchak, but I know LaMelo said it for sure, where they were saying, oh, well, we're thinking about playing him at the 3. And I was like, I don't think that's a good idea because I know he's not strong enough yet, nor is his weight there yet. Why would you put him in the 3, especially in the Eastern Conference where he has to go possibly against a guy like Ben Simmons or Giannis and people like that, Jimmy Butler.
Kevin Durant.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and stuff like that. Like, come on, that's just stupid. I don't know what they trying to do. How you gonna put him at the 3? You just got Gordon Hayward, and you ain't doing nothing with Bridges, and you got PJ Washington. So somebody gotta go. Listen, Mitch Kupchak, he gotta do something, or he gonna get fired. What are you doing? Or what is this? What do you envision this team to do? Like, you got too many people that play in the same position, literally the same position. Yeah, we know LaMelo could play the 3 a little, probably maybe a little bit of 3. I don't think he's ready yet, but you find. But at the same time, you got too many people that play in the same position. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is really dumb to me. I feel they that's the main problem right there itself. Like, they feel they realize they got too many players playing the same position. And like, oh snap, and they all playing. And you all got something to prove. They all trying to be that, you know what I mean? Which there's nothing wrong with that. Like you said, Terry Rozier should feel like he, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. The team is badly constructed, man. It's really what it is. It's badly constructed, and everybody basically had to force to try to like do something with it. Like,
you got Malik Monk out there looking like he playing 21. Malik Monk don't even be looking like he on the same team, bro. Malik Monk just get the ball and go, bro. Like real talk. Like, when I go to the gym, the young heads, they got this saying, bro. They be like, you're not the guy. Bro, Terry Rozier is not the guy, bro. He gonna have to face that music. He's not the guy. He wasn't the guy in Boston. They wouldn't have got rid of you. You're not the guy. You're a sixth man, bro. Really, Devontae Graham is not the guy. Because he's always gonna be a matchup liability. Like you said, bro, the lineup is just trash. And the reason why I'm so against Gordon Hayward, the dude stay injured. You gotta spend money, but you know he injury prone. Right. So I don't understand why when Boogie was on the market, you wouldn't spend the same amount of money or less. It was less for Boogie and keep that money on the back end, ship Terry Rozier and Malik Monk to the Clippers, get somebody back. Like, make them a real contender, because to me, the Clippers are not a contender right now. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, on draft night, I didn't, once they drafted LaMelo, because I said the same thing prior to that. I was like, well, they probably need an upgrade in forward and a decent center. And with those other, I think they traded. No, they didn't trade. It was their picks or whatever. But I was like, why would y'all get 2 centers if you're not going to have a training camp competition or a preseason competition for such centers? Because they didn't play them centers at all.
Right.
Where's the forward?
Like, you got Cody Martin starting. Like, come on.
Oh my God.
And they're too small, both of them.
Oh man.
They wait.
Like, you got Cody Martin starting. Like, what are you going? Like, this is what I be talking. This is like, that's the thing that got me. Like, what made him be a starter?
They
Like
gonna
I ain't saying he can't get no minutes in preseason, but still, come on, man.
It's that ball family hate, bro. It's that we got to break this young kid. He gets everything. You know, we can't make it seem like we giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, bad organizations, in my humble opinion, have bad habits. To DJ's point, I think the reason why you don't go and get a guy like Cousins because they, for whatever reason, they still loyal to Cody Zeller. It just seems like one of those organizations where it's hard for them to move on from someone. You know what I'm saying? And Cody Zeller seems to have that center spot on lock. I want to ask y'all a question about the Martin twins real quick, everybody. Have y'all seen them pass LaMelo the ball once in transition? Like, is it just me or does it seem like they always reverse court when Melo's open?
Hey, brother, I got a question. Oh, sorry about that, sister. What were you gonna say, sister?
No, I was just gonna say that I forgot how many minutes was left in the game, but I believe it was like towards the end of the third quarter, and one of them came down the court, and I think he was standing like near the corner, wide open, like all the other players on the other team was literally on the other side of the court, and they didn't pass him the ball, and it was where he could have hit the three, and I'm like, really?
And Shay, I made a video exposing the Martin twins for freezing LaMelo out. They talked about I was lying. I was like, man, I'm not the only one saying this shit. You got LaMelo haters telling me, hey man, y'all see that? They were telling me this. Yeah. So how am I making shit up?
Nope.
I mean, let me ask y'all this though. Do you think Jordan, is really sitting back watching this and not thinking the same thing we are? It's not that hard to see. You know,
probably, man, he may be upset. He probably much cupcake probably gonna get fired. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if them dudes get fired. I can't pronounce the dude. He don't even know. He shouldn't name. I don't even shouldn't say his name, man. That coach, man, he get fired, man. I don't know what they like. Y'all trying to do? Like, cause it's like even let's say that the kind of understand like the lineup is still like you got too many people play the same position. You got Cody Martin starting, dog. Like, come on, dude. Like, we ain't doing that, man. Like, Miles Bridges should have been starting. If Gordon Hayward got hurt, put Miles Bridges starting. Come on, man. If you want to do that, like, that don't make any sense.
But to me, go ahead. What was you about to say?
No, I was done.
No, I was just about to say they're too small. Like, everybody in the East, their front line is huge. Charlotte is small, and I think they're going to get out rebounded a lot, and they're going to lose a lot of games because of that. They are way too small when it comes to the forwards and not playing their centers actually, but they're really small.
To answer the brother's question, man. And I do agree that they're too small, and that's why I was saying to DJ the other night, the lineup you got to go with is LaMelo, Devontae Graham, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, and if you got to put Gordon Hayward, injury-prone ass in there, you put him in there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have no faith that he can stay uninjured. But to answer that question about Jordan, I don't have this faith in Jordan that y'all have.
I don't.
The guy that's on the shoes is not the guy that's, the owner of the team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling y'all, they are not putting – I feel like Borregos wants to play Melo. Like, I see how he speaks about Melo. He has a lot of affection towards Melo's game. Mitch Kupchak is the one that set that tone. And he set that tone with Jordan's blessing because I'm telling you, bro, narratives, y'all be talking about players and stuff. Like, I really don't know how good anybody is anymore. Because narratives rule the day in politics and everything else. If they say shit enough, people believe it. Lonzo shot 38% from the three-point line last year. People still think he's a bad shooter. That's a narrative. You know what I mean? Right. So with that being said, Melo is coming in the league looking like this spoiled. I'm going to just say what it is. I'm not going to say the N-word, but I'll just say N-word. To them, he's coming into the league as this spoiled, not from the hood, uppity end, with this creative game. He didn't go the college route. He didn't play the traditional high school route. So this is buck breaking, man. It's obvious. You know what I mean? And it's to the point where Jordan is really, and this is why the old media and the old ways got to die. Really, just for the revenue in the bag alone, you should start Melo. Like I said last night, bro. I stayed away from Twitter because I was like, I know they roasted my guy. You know what I'm saying? But I finally went on there this morning, and he's trending for one pass. Melo had a horrible game. But these young kids, they're not looking at it the way the old media looks at it. They looking at it like Melo is saucy. He got followers. So, but these old ways of thinking, they're not looking at it that way. And so I don't have any faith in Jordan. I think Mitch Kupchak is doing this with Jordan's blessing. James Borregos is going to be the fall guy. If James Borregos doesn't work out, they'll bring in a stricter, probably black coach, older coach that is respected around the league. And if Melo doesn't pan out at that point to the system that they want, then they'll be blaming the failures on him the same way they did with Lonzo. That's what I think.
Man, are you setting them up for another Alvin Gentry job? Is that what you're doing?
That's what they do. That's what they do.
Oh man,
that's what they do.
I'm done.
You bring in the strict black coach to buck break. It's like the black overseers in slavery. But to Melo's credit, he has such a beautiful creative personality. He's not like Lonzo. I know y'all might hear me talk about Lonzo a lot. I do think Lonzo is a good player. Do I think Lonzo is what we thought he was going to be? No, but not because Lonzo doesn't have the tools. I just think I don't have a lot of faith in Lonzo's mentality. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it'll be a lot harder to break a guy like Melo. But can they do it? Like the sister was saying, on a team like Charlotte, where everybody 6'3", you know what I'm saying? You don't think Melo was on that bench thinking like, I know I'm better than Cody Martin now. He going down the list. I know I'm better than him. You know what I mean? So after a while, and you start losing games, and when you come in, you make a pass, and the cat can't even catch the ball. Like that stuff weighs on rookies, man.
Yeah, but it's gonna come back at Charlotte though, because the fact that he's the number 3, because you can clearly see it. You can't blame this on Melo.
Nope.
You can't. When you a third pick, and you in a situation like this. You listen. Nobody, like everybody, Terry Rozier, like everybody critiques him already. Curl Ziller, everybody everybody was saying that going ahead was a bad move. It's gonna go back at the front office. And it's like you can't avoid it.
Now I gotta say this, and Brother True and everybody else, I gotta say this before I wrap up. This has been an amazing show, by the way. Shout out to everyone in the panel, man. This is real conversation, no faking, no phonies. Everyone is showing love, talking about real sports. I gotta say this. LaMelo Ball and his teammates, the starters, Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham, they better go ballistic this season, because each game LaMelo is on that bench. I'll tell you, they're going to hear it, and I see Revolution just like he knows what I'm talking about. They're going to hear it. That pressure is going to mount. I'm just saying, I'm the messenger, man.
That's right, man. Everybody, man, they going to LaMelo on the bench. They losing games. Come on, man. Like, it's ridiculous, man.
Terry Rozier really could reinvent his career if he learned how to be a great 2. I mean, he's shooting the 3 ball real nice right now. You know,
He's not a point guard.
Yeah, just use Melo to your benefit. He gonna get you in the right spot.
But that's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens. You got so many positions on the team that this happens. Like, we don't, like, you got Devontae. Like, to be honest with you, I prefer if they had to get rid of somebody, to be Devontae Graham, to be honest with you, and put Terry Rozier in the backcourt with Melo. Rozier got
Devontae Graham make a lot of turnovers, man.
He does.
If I like Terry, I like Terry Rozier playing that. Like, I mean, of course, it'd be Terry Rozier play defense. He's he's a competitor. He got experience. He got flaws in his game, but for right now, I like that backcourt with LaMelo Ball.
All he got to do is shoot.
Yeah, he ain't no defense. He ain't no liability. So he can guard 2s and some 3. Like, he can, like,
I would have never got Terry Rozier, bro. And I'm gonna say this real quick. Let me tell you why. I can't trust the guy that don't understand he got to come off the bench for Kyrie Irving. I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that means anybody I draft is better than you. You gonna start acting like you act. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, nah, your job is not guaranteed, player. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do agree that he needs to run the 2. I'm shaky on Devontae Graham. The boy shot just so pure. Like, a lot of times I get mad at him, and then he'll wet 3 back to back, and I'll be like, damn, I feel it. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm praying for Melo, DJ. That's all I can say, bro.
Exactly, man. This conversation, man. They should have never gave me a live stream. They should have never monetized me because we doing this every day. They annoy the Shines are annoyed by me. Shay, you know I'm not lying, Shay. The Shines are mad at me. They're like, man, he's doing live streams every day. And I'm letting everybody speak because everybody got a voice, man. At this channel, I don't want to be the narcissist saying I act like I know everything. I don't know everything. So that's why I tend to you, the subscribers, the homies, to share this knowledge so we can grow it and just know the game of basketball. And that's my purpose here.
Right.
But
Yep,
yeah, I want to thank
facts.
everybody for joining in. Subscribe to True to King TV. He's a real one. Shout out to Revolution Radio Day One. Shout out to Shanker. Shout out to the Queen, Just Shay. Thank you for joining the panel. And I will do another live stream tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I'll do another one, man. I'll be back at it again.
Good
Right.
looking out, man.